folks to cut out. And this is why Cincinnati, Oregon, Ohio State are all much higher than Oklahoma, who's all the way at 8. And Michigan, a one-loss Michigan, is ahead of an undefeated Oklahoma. It's strength of schedule. Oklahoma, they have not played anybody yet. They're going to have a chance to prove themselves that they're going to be in this thing. Important notes in all this. That's what they took president over. So this is how we can kind of look at this in the future, stretch this thing out. If we're talking about big time wins, right? Cincinnati will no longer play a ranked team, not unless SMU or Houston is ranked. But right now, if things hold, they will not play another ranked team, which means no chance for a big time win. The only thing that they can have is for Notre Dame to move up. If Notre Dame moves up, that makes Cincinnati's win more impressive. Cincinnati moves up, right? And the same thing for Oregon. Oregon will not have a single team left as it is right now, which means there's no more chance for them to improve in the committees as well, which means they have to need their best. Ohio State has to keep winning, and Ohio State has a chance to buffer Oregon if Ohio State beats Michigan State. If they beat Michigan, who right now Michigan is 3, Michigan State is 3, Michigan is 7, who are both still remaining on their schedule, and whoever they play in the Big Ten championship game, whether it's Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, are all ranked as well. So they have the chance for some ranked opponents where they could potentially make some moves there. So I think that's also important. So Oregon and Cincinnati right now are in a little bit of purgatory, I think, for the future. Oklahoma is the biggest team that can rise, even though that they were the lowest out of all these teams, right? Oklahoma ranked teams. They're going to have Oklahoma State. They're going to have Baylor. And they're going whoever they play in the Big 12 championship game. If they win out, they will be in the top 4 because then they will have higher quality wins, right? Oregon and Cincinnati no longer as it's presently constituted unless Pac-12 American gets somebody ranked. That's what everybody needs to pay attention to. Will the Pac-12 and American get somebody ranked? Oklahoma wins out, they are in. Okay? I'll tell the other teams who are in if they win out. Michigan State, they went out, they're in. Georgia, they went out, they're in. Alabama, they went out, they're in. Ohio State, they went out and in. All those teams control their own destiny. Cincinnati does not control their own destiny. The only reason destiny is because they're at the 4th spot right now. So if they win, it's conceivable they can hold serve because Ohio State would just jump them and they stay at 4, right? Or Michigan State would stay there and they stay at 4. And Georgia and Alabama is going to figure itself out. So Oregon really still controls its own destiny. I also want to say this. Alabama, playoff committee mentioned before Cincinnati really quick. The playoff committee said that hours spent arguing between the Bama is the clear number 2, Georgia's the clear number 1. That makes sense that Georgia's the clear number 1. Bama's the clear number 2. So what that could mean, folks, is that Bama, they're still the clear number 2. They're still going to play a ranked Auburn on their schedule. Right? They beat a ranked Mississippi State and a ranked Ole Miss. Alabama, right? Alabama wins out, and let's say they lose to Georgia in a competitive game. Alabama can be the first 2-loss team to make the college football playoffs. They're the clear number 2 right now. They're the clear number 2 right now. They lose a close. So that's something very important to think about right now, based off the committee's language. And last, Cincinnati. Cincinnati only has the American, like I said, only one team ranked. SMU and Houston were not ranked. They were ranked in the AP, ranked coach poll. They were not ranked in the playoff committee guys. That is not good news for Cincinnati. They don't necessarily control their own destiny, but they have a very good chance to make it. And they're the highest ranked Group of 5 team ever since the college football playoffs has been going on. And that's all we have for this edition of Outside the Shop. I hope you guys got some information, some extra clarity on all this. We'll be doing this college football playoff bracketology every week for a special edition of Outside the Shop. Everybody have a great day and God bless.